Welcome back to the channel. Another day in the shop, and we're waiting on a few parts for the Camaro. Things have been a little bit crazy around here, so figured I still have some time before the next event, so I figured I might as well knock out a couple things off my list. So obviously that link is flipped upside down right now. It's actually loose from the last time I was out, so it'll twist pretty easy, but all the links on the lowers are pretty bent. They are all just 2-inch 250 wall DOM. So I have all the material as well as some solid aluminum. So this is a 1.5 inch solid aluminum here. So I'm going to use that solid aluminum and cut 40 links to the right size, and then minus the length of the bungs and cut the aluminum to that, and then stuff them. And that way they shouldn't bend as easily. And it's just a little bit cheaper than going all aluminum, and they'll slide nice. So let's get to it. All right, so we are going to just do one link at a time and put some jacksons under the axle. That way it doesn't swing around. And then also, while we're under here, the transfer case setup with the Dana 300, I kind of designed the floor around the Dana 300 stock case, and the shifters are on the side. Well, this one, the shifters are on the top, so I had to actually lower the transfer case just a little bit, which means the skid plate touches just barely on the transmission right here. And obviously it takes a beating. I need to extend this anyways. So we're probably going to end up redoing the skid plate setup. It's pretty beat up, so figured see if we can get that far, get all links done, and see if we can get to the skid plate. All right, we got the link out. You can tell it's pretty bent. So we're gonna get that straightened out. And then we're gonna have to clean this up too. It's kind of gouged inside. Just part of dragging on rocks. All right guys, so I got some new 2-inch 250 wall DOM here. Normally I would cut these out and just reuse them, but these, probably hard to tell, but they've got some play in them. So I have some new ones on the shelf. Figured I might as well throw some new ones in there while I'm doing it. Just this side had play as far as I know, but I'll check the other side too. The fronts are nice and tight, so I don't have to worry about that. I'll just have to cut them out and reuse them. So let's start getting this figured out, get the length figured out for that tube, and then we can start working on stuff with it. All right, so minus the bung length, we're going to be cutting a 32 3/4 inch piece of aluminum solid bar, and we're going to start stuffing this. And then once we're done with that, we can put the links together and weld it out, and then we can get it adjusted in the truck. All right, so I got the ends beveled so it'll go in nice and easily. The aluminum's a little bit scuffed up, so what we're gonna do is we're going to clean the entire thing. So that way it'll slide in nice and smooth. We don't want it to get stuck, because if it starts gouging and getting stuck, It is not fun to get apart. So let's get this cleaned up and start putting it in. All right, so we got this started cleaning up. We want to be able to slide it in without too much pressure. So we're gonna keep cleaning it all the way down until it slides in with just a tiny bit of pressure, so that way it doesn't get stuck. All right, we got that link all stuffed and beveled and ready to weld. All right, we got one link done. Time to do the rest. I have actually done this on the last couple builds, the 3rd gen and the buggy, maybe another one, don't really remember, but they've been getting hit pretty hard and haven't bent yet, so should hold up quite a bit better. These have been on the rig for a year and a half, so they're been bent back and forth a few times, so about time to have some new ones, and hopefully won't bend as easily. All right, I got both rear lowers knocked out. Time to move on to the front. All right, so I got one of the front links out. This one's a little bit longer than the rear, so I cut the tube to match. And then these are summit joints, and they're in really good shape. Also rebuildable, so I'm going to have to cut the weld and pull the bung out and then put them in here. All right, got one side of the fronts done. Time to do the other. All right, got all the bent links out. I just got to cut these bungs out real quick and then build the last link, and that's a wrap. All right, got both the rear links back in and stuffed, and both the front links stuffed and back in. We still have to adjust the wheelbase so everything's loose at the moment, but the nice thing about the steel links is you can weld to it if need be on the trail. Say you broke something or whatever, you can weld to it on the trail. You can't really do that with aluminum, and this is just a little bit of a cheaper way, so hopefully it'll last a little while now and don't bend as easy. Thanks for watching.